Welcome to Your Power Echo Show with me, Kalungi, where we bridge the gap between your digital skills and your digital gap so you can build a business that loves and serves your lifestyle. I've been known to move people from zero to shiro in less than 5 weeks of working together, and the content I share freely is packed full of nuggets, no fluffy stuff. Subscribe if you are looking to build a business. Hit the bell too so that you can receive a notification when I upload new content. Follow me on socials. Follow us on socials. Kalungi Group is the handle, and let us help you build a business that loves and serves your lifestyle. And now I encourage you to also download our podcast if you're tuning into the podcast, Your Power Echoes podcast. And now let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. Let's get into it. We are back with our topic of the month, which is female healthy aging, and we are focusing on the topic of menopause in all its stages: premenopause, perimenopause, menopause, post-menopause. And today we are going to focus on sleep. Are you on team no sleep? Are you genuinely a believer of I sleep when I die, or I have to outwork them, and for that I have to sleep late in order to deliver results? And I'm telling you, you're wrong on all those fronts. So my name's Kalungi, and I welcome you to this show, which I am so grateful that has been enabled by Liverpool Local Solutions to support the Black migrant population in Merseyside, in the UK, globally, to look after your health, your mental health, your physical health, your menopausal health before you get to menopause. And we're going to talk about it. So, for those of you that don't know me, welcome. If you're new to this platform, please say hello. Say hello in the comments below. Hit an emoji. Share this with a woman or a man who would love to support the women in their lives. I am on the 5th floor, and I'm proud of it. And I'm excited about life. This wasn't the case 3 years ago. I was perpetually worried. I was perpetually anxious. I was in team no sleep. Not by choice, but because, well, to be honest, it was by choice because I'd been working till the wee hours every day for almost 10 years. So today I'm going to share with you about my sleep and what you could be facing and why it matters even more today during your menopause transition. And for women that are staying awake all night, lying in your bed, worrying about stuff, or spending hours up to 2-3 a.m. pretending to be busy, but because you can't sleep, you literally can't stay in your bed because you're not sleeping, this might be of help to you. I hadn't slept well for 5 years or more, and the pounds kept creeping up. I was heavier and heavier every time I got on my scale. Despite everything I did, I tried all sorts of programs, I tried all sorts of diets, and I was not linking my weight gain to the lack of sleep. Okay, the weight gain I was not linking it to the lack of sleep. I also tried to make our bedroom a lot more sleep inducing. I remember one time I did a live and I said, please remove all technology or gadgets from your bedroom. Remove the TV. If you have one of those Wi-Fi boosters in your bedroom, remove them. It's affecting your sleep. All that is true. But the thing is, that wasn't really the cause for me being on team no sleep and on a fast train to no sleep. And I also tried all kinds to get me to sleep, and nothing seemed to work. I stayed awake for days, and then I told myself I shall sleep when I die, and I am on team no sleep. What a joke. And I'm sure you are telling yourself the same lie. You're telling yourself the same joke, because last year it all came to a head when I'd be sitting for hours and my heart was racing for hours. Palpitations started visiting me. You don't want that. So I sought help from my GP, like I said in the last episode, which I'll link in the comments below. And I also changed doctors last year and was given some medicine to reset my sleep, which worked. I shared that in the last episode. But today I'm going to focus more on sleeping and the link between sleep and food, why sleep is an amazing thing for you. I'm also going to link for you the link between sleep and exercise. I'm going to give you some tips, and then I'm going to recommend some resources for you that some coping mechanisms so you can actually have better sleep and have a better life and have a better life. And if you're a woman, whether you're in your early teens or your past menopause, your postmenopausal, this might be good for you. So tell a friend to tell a friend, invite a friend, and use this platform to spread the word about healthy aging, especially for Black women and women, brown women and women of color in the diaspora, especially in Merseyside, the United Kingdom. I can tell you, what do we do? Grab yourself a cuppa, first of all. Switch off notifications so you're not distracted. So subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss an episode when I upload it. And so that you can help yourself with healthy aging as a woman, or if you're a man who would like to support the women in your life, you can support them transition from puberty to menopause. Welcome, whoever you are. I love having company. Thank you for joining me. Please share this with somebody and tell a friend to tell a friend. So let me tell you something. Even my late mother, bless her soul, had a similar challenge with sleep, right? How do I know this? So for a few years, she was not working. She was at home most of the time. And when that was holiday time for me, I would find I'd find her laying in the living room, sleeping, lying asleep with her cup of tea over there too. Bless her soul. That's how she was found when she also passed on. She literally was having a cup of tea and she just passed on. We hope there was no pain. But she used to fall asleep in the living room with her tea. And when I would ask her, why are you always sleeping? Why are you always sleeping? And she would say, I didn't sleep last night. I never made anything of it. I would say, oh, sorry. And then I'd let her sleep. It did not occur to me that she was going through what most women go through until it happened to me. That's when I connected the dots between my behavior, the challenges I was going through, and my late mother. I wish I knew back then what I do know today, because I would have helped her. I would have guided her. Obviously, that would have made me a very smart teenager and a smart ass. So did you know that poor sleep is linked with your gut, specifically your liver? And doctors or medical practitioners call it fatty liver. And fatty liver affects, literally, it's the cause of your lack of sleep. It affects your sleep quality, which affects your weight management. So if you are having weight challenges and you're a woman, then your challenge is definitely linked to your gut, to your sleep, your liver, all those things. And I keep saying that everything's made in the kitchen, and it is made in the kitchen. Okay? The other thing that I found out that was causing me challenges is something that most Black people face. Most Black women and brown women in the Western Hemisphere face. A depleted vitamin D and K3, a depleted iron in the body. Most postmenopausal women do not get the tests done, especially in the UK, because they tell you you're postmenopausal. Almost everyone in the UK is vitamin D deficient, so we don't run those tests anymore, which is a bloody shame, because when somebody goes to visit their GP and their challenge is actually vitamin D and iron related, they're not gonna know, and they're supposed to support you at your primary point of contact. Your GP is supposed to help you that way. So you're supposed to get those tests done when you ask for them, which is what happened to me. I asked for these tests done and they said, oh, we don't carry those tests anymore unless you go private. Vitamin D is an essential vitamin for your metabolism, your organs, your sleep, your liver, your skin, so many things. It's a challenge for most Black women, because we are actually, most of us, first generation migrants. We are born in tropical climates where the sun shines all year round, and we get all that vitamin D all we can. And when I was growing up, I was that child who was out playing all day long until I went to school, obviously. And even in school, we always had at least an hour of physical exercise. We called it PE, where we were literally out in the sun getting our thing, and we didn't even know we were getting our vitamin D, an essential supplement and vitamin in our body. I have learned over the last 18 months that our liver and all other organs and sleep are also on our 24-hour circadian rhythm. And so if you don't get that vitamin D in the morning when you need it to reset your clock, your body perpetually thinks you're on the go, and it's not going to let you sleep at night, because your rhythm, your clock, your body clock, aka circadian rhythm, is all over the place. You have not reset your clock, and we reset that clock every morning when we wake up. And the liver works hardest at night to remove toxins, to detoxify our body, to rejuvenate us, and to just ramp up and boost our immune system while we sleep. So if you're not sleeping, you're not giving your liver the opportunity to do its work. You're not giving your body the opportunity to do its work. All other organs are awake, and your body is all over the place, and the weight piles on. And then constipation visits you. And when you're constipated, the cycle continues. Then you can't sleep even more, because your body is trying to get rid of something that it can't get rid of easily. This means that to strengthen our sleep quality, we need to eat the right foods that support our bodily functions, especially our liver, to do its job, to detoxify and allow us to go to bed easily, effortlessly, quickly, and deeply. So today I'm going to share with you some of the coping mechanisms that I used in order to restore my sleep patterns, to restore my bowel movements, to restore my gut, to support my liver in order to detoxify the body, get rid of palpitations, balance my blood pressure, all the things that a lot of menopausal women, perimenopausal women go through, and they are given a drug for each one of those separately. You end up with a suitcase full of tablets and drugs for various different ailments, instead of being looked at holistically as a woman going through a certain phase in your life, and therefore you need to do a lifestyle, to have a lifestyle change. I keep saying this over and over again. You're going to have a lifestyle change, and you're going to have to learn to put your money where your mouth is. You deserve to invest in you, in your health, in your body, in your well-being, and you are the one that's working. And if you're not working, you're not able to work because of ill health, that is a challenge, right? So, coping mechanisms. I'm going to start with the don'ts, and then I'll go on with the do's, okay? Stay off sugary foods. Stay off sugary foods and alcohol. Alcohol is packed full of sugar, especially after 4 p.m. in the evening. Now, including fruits. I'll tell you a story. Every time I go to the motherland in Uganda, there are multitudes of events, party after party. You know, kulyamene paka kuwulira, as people like to say, and people actually do that. They eat until they feel bad. Why? Because they pile on their dessert plate a pile of watermelon and all kinds of fruits, especially watermelon. And then they go and sit down and eat all those fruits after having eaten a mountain of carbs and proteins and veg. And the watermelon, the effects of that is the food that you've eaten before the watermelon immediately starts to ferment and rot in your stomach, frankly speaking. And if you did not eat your food in layers, in other words, you did not start with your veg, which most people don't, you're supposed to say have your fruit, your juices, your vegetables, then your carbs, and then your protein. Even as you're eating, you're supposed to eat in a very strategic way. I'm not saying be that person who's like, I have to eat that, but actually it starts to be a habit once you form it. So again, that helps, that causes constipation, it causes bloating, it causes you having gassy, it has all kinds of nasty things happening in your gut and affecting your deep sleep at night. So stay off sugary foods, including fruits in the evening. Stay away from alcohol unless you're at a social event. Even then, don't overdo it, because alcohol is packed full of sugar. And when you do that, you are going to improve your chances of better sleep. And let me tell you, sugar has been named in different ways. Commercially, a lot of producers now call it different names: sucrose, fructose, fructose, all the sweeteners that jaggery, molasses, sukari guru, for those of you that know it. Sugar has been named all kinds. And then you have sweeteners that are worse than sugar, in my humble opinion. And you should do your research. Stay away from all those things. Avoid thermogenic foods. Thermogenic means foods that raise your body temperature once you've eaten them. And I'm specifically talking about meat, especially red meat at dinner. I'm not saying don't eat meat. I'm saying either you eat your meat before 7 p.m. or you don't eat meat for that day. You have other plant-based proteins like peas, like beans, like there are various plant-based proteins that you can have. Soys. So avoid thermogenic foods like meats at dinner, because these raise your body temperature, which affects your blood pressure, your heart rate, getting all those hot flashes, night sweats. You wake up like somebody poured water in your bed, and obviously the quality of your sleep is gonna be affected. Thermogenic foods will raise your body temperature, which will raise your blood pressure, which will bring on hot flashes. And there are different ways to cope with that, which I tell you, I'm going to give you the don'ts, then I'll tell you the do's. Okay. So avoid sugar, avoid alcohol, avoid thermogenic foods that raise your body temperature, which also affects your blood pressure, because all these affect your inflammatory markers, cortisol levels. Go see your doctor or your medical practitioner to tell you what this means. I have already told you several times, I'm not a medical practitioner, and what I'm sharing with you is what I experienced, what I've learned, what I've done, so you can pick a leaf. The first leaf being, go get your blood work done, go get yourself checked properly and diagnosed properly with what it is that you may be going through. It might not be menopause related, it might be related to syndrome X and your insulin metabolism. The other thing you should avoid is late evening exercising. Late evening exercising for a lot of women who are of a certain age, over 40, let's put it that way, even personal trainers, the weightlifters, you name it, exercising in the evening raises your cortisol levels. When your cortisol levels are high, everything's high, your blood pressure is high, everything's high, inflammation is high. You have to exercise to also balance those things out. That's the funny thing. But doing it in the evening is not the best thing. The best thing you can do is exercise early in the morning or in the afternoon. If you can, early in the morning is great for you. In fact, taking a 20 to 30 minute walk first thing in the morning will do great for your resetting your circadian rhythm, which is your body clock, which is your sleep clock. It will help. You will have done your exercise for the day, or at least contributed to your daily steps for the day. You will also have got some of that much needed vitamin D, because you'll get the early morning sun on your body. Even in winter, the sun exists. Otherwise, we would have darkness all day long, and it will be great for your sleep and your shape. So vitamin D is essential for your sleep. Vitamin D that you get in the morning is essential for your sleep later that night. Who knew? A lot of people don't, especially people who have the advantage of living in the tropics and then spend all day inside a building with air conditioning, and then they go home and say, I can't sleep and I don't know why. You have the vitamin D outside. Make sure you get it first thing in the morning. If it means walking to work, if it means having a quick walk around the block before you go to work, because you can. And I know that some people, especially for instance in Uganda, in Kampala, because of traffic, people end up leaving home at 5 a.m. to get to work for 6, 7 a.m. And I say, once you get your car and you've packed it and you're in town, take a quick 30-minute walk. Get that sun inside on you. Don't put on shades, because you need that sun in your eyeballs. Your eyeballs need that morning sun. Okay? Do your research around it. Avoid late evening exercise. That's the third avoidance for your sleep. Now let's see what we can do. There's something that a lot of nutritionists and a lot of people who are promoting nutritional programs don't tell you about. Okay? Depleting your carbohydrates as you're eating day by day will lead to no sleep. It's important to have certain carbs for dinner. They matter a lot. A low carbohydrate diet that is high in protein, that's high in fat, which is pushed hard by some nutritional plans like the keto diet, and I'm not attacking the keto diet, especially if you're a woman in perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. It means you're not getting to sleep, especially those that exercise as well. So you're exercising, then you're eating a high protein diet, high fat diet, low carbs. Carbohydrate depleting diets are causing cortisol spikes in many women. They're causing women not to sleep. I can tell you now that night sweats and hot flashes will be higher for you. They were higher for me when I ate late meat-filled dinners, because sometimes I would exercise in the evening because I wasn't able to. In fact, for a while I was exercising in the evening because I read somewhere by a sleep specialist that I'm a type, whatever I was, whatever animal or bird I was, and I should be exercising in the evening. And then I was lying awake cursing all night. The carbohydrates you eat are very, very important. It's very important to eat carbohydrates, and I'll talk briefly about that in a bit. But let's go on to what else you should eat. Take your extra virgin olive oil like a shot of medicine. Like you drink that shot of gin and tonic or Jack Daniels, take a shot of extra virgin olive oil. I've read this from several researchers, and for a while I was resisting it and saying, oh, drinking a glass of oil, what the hell is that? It has supported my blood pressure balancing act like no other. It has helped take away the hot flashes and night sweats, and above all, it helps with deep, sweet sleep. It's like taking fatty fish, right? It's amazing. So what I do with my extra virgin olive oil is I get my 3 spoons in a little shot glass. I wish I'd brought it. It's literally like I'm going to drink a shot of waragi, right? I put in my 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I then squeeze in a dash of lemon. I take out the pips if there are any. I then put in a dash of honey, and I bottoms up. And that's in the evening. In the morning, I do the same, but there's one extra ingredient I add: a teaspoon of turmeric. It's great for fat burning. It's great for detoxing. It's great for the gut. It's great for, oh my goodness, try it. Okay. I'll emphasize it has to be extra virgin olive oil, not any old off the shelf olive oil, extra virgin. Some people might argue that you need to buy a specific brand of olive oil which is specially produced by the doctor, so on. So I say just go get your extra virgin olive oil from your supermarket. If you can spend a bit more, because like wine, olive oil has different prices and it has qualities, and people can pay up to £100 for a bottle of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. The Italians and the Greeks and what, they drink it like you drink gin and tonic. They drink shots of olive oil with their food, and they live longer, they live healthier. Why do you think that? It's a great medicine as well. So take your extra virgin olive oil, especially for those of you who have just started hot flashes and night sweats. It will take it away, I promise you. It's the most natural HRT you'll ever find for women in menopause. I'm focusing on women healthy aging because, and by the way, when I say take your extra virgin olive oil as a woman, as a man who's aging, do the same. Men do also go through a transition. It's not called menopause because that's for women. I don't know if it's called womenopause, but whatever. What else should you take? You should take your supplements. I'm going to focus on 2 supplements today that you really, really need for your sleep. Right? I already spoke about vitamin D and K3, which is really great, which you can get from your morning sun. But those of us who live in Europe, the morning sun can be a hit and miss, especially this morning. It was a total miss. The rain was out, couldn't go out. So I used my indoor sun. That's what it looks like. It is a lumen. It is, it's an energy lamp. It's a natural energy lamp. And I bought it off of, Lumen website. You can buy it on Amazon too. In the morning for 30 minutes, I switch it on, and then I make my breakfast. I do my exercise with the light shining on me, and it's like I've gone outside and had my vitamin D. Obviously, that costs over £50, and you might not be in that position to grab that, but there are various other types that cost way less than £50. Also, try Temu, try some of those online stores and see if you can get it. But definitely, if you are in the tropics or in the Caribbean or somewhere where the sun shines for long hours every day, go get your sun outside. It's free, right? Make sure you get it. Right, so let's get back to vitamin, to your supplements. Magnesium and omega-3 I take at night with my dinner. Why do I take magnesium at night? Because magnesium is a relaxant. It relaxes. It plays a vital role in the relaxation of our brain, our muscles, our nerves, our blood pressure. It calms our blood pressure down, especially if it's elevated. So it's a vital mineral for your body, especially if you're getting into or you're in or you're out of menopause. In fact, as a postmenopausal woman, you're going to take your magnesium forever. Magnesium can be found in foods like pumpkins, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, greens, and it's in supplements too. Go do your research on what foods contain magnesium and then raise your magnesium intake of those foods. If you're not excited about taking a capsule or a tablet for your magnesium, I take mine in capsule form as well, because I know that the soil that we have today is highly depleted of nutrition, and the soil cannot give to the plants we plant in that soil the nutrition that it has not got. And I'm not very excited about taking things that are inorganic. So even though you'll tell me that a magnesium supplement, capsule or tablet is inorganic, I'll tell you that it's been created by somebody who knows what they are doing, and therefore I'll take that supplement, as opposed to piling my plate high with so much food in a bid to get exactly what I'll get from that small capsule or tablet. Why? Because experts say that women need approximately 420 milligrams of magnesium in our bodies, especially when we are going through menopause or we are in postmenopause. So can you imagine 420 milligrams of magnesium? How are you going to measure that on your plate of food? So you'd rather get it in a supplement, right? So I get mine in supplement form. I get a large tin of 180 capsules. I take 2 capsules a day. That means I have enough for 90 days. That's 3 months supply. Then I order for more. And what I do is after those 3 months, I take a month off. And goodness gracious me, I'll tell you something. I tried that because I was like, I'll let my body get over all this, artificial gelatin and artificial jellies I'm taking with the capsules. Take a break, let the body detoxify that out of the system. The sleeplessness. Even though I would take a month off to detoxify, I would pay with sleep. So I thought, you know what? So every 90 days, I change the brand from capsule to tablet. That way I'm not, because capsules are made of gelatin. Sometimes it's bovine, and you're supposed to be, it's supposed to be vegetarian and vegan friendly. So all these things. But anyway, we divert. We are finally talking, we're sleep talking now. Sleep came back. I was able to sleep. Remember, I did take that little drug from the doctor, but I quartered the drugs I was given. Drugs that were meant to last 12 days lasted 3 months. Why? Because I quartered them. I wasn't allowing myself to take a full tablet for sleep. I allowed myself to take a quarter of it just to reset my sleep clock and then get myself naturally to sleep via my food, exercise, lifestyle changes. So obviously, you could also try some teas. There are some teas you can take. Some of you think, oh, I cannot go to bed without my glass of wine. I cannot go to bed without my glass of G&T or Jack Daniels or whatever your tipple is. And I say, try also a cup of tea. Try teas like chamomile tea, passion tea, pineapple tea, lots of choices in the supermarket, in your local supermarket. Try some of those. But for me, chamomile tea does the trick. I get my Twinings tea. There is also pure passion. There's the various brands for sleeping teas. But I'll tell you now, if your body has not slept for a long while, none of that works. None of that works unless you have reset certain things, like reset your body clock, have that vitamin D in the morning, take your vitamin D supplementation. That's what I didn't talk about when I talked about vitamin D. Vitamin D let me actually bring that bottle. This is my vitamin D3 and K2. So it's not any old vitamin D. There is vitamin D3 and K2 are very, very important for your sleep. There are 180 tablets, and that's 180 days worth of supplements, vitamin D. And it's a very high strength supplement. Why? Because you get 4,000 IUs. Whatever. For those of you that know, that means it's 100. For most people take 25 units per day, vitamin D. This is 100. Very strong. And vitamin K2 is also very high. So yeah, it's called Evo. The brand is called Evo. You can try any other brand. You can try Holland and Barrett. You can go to Boots. You can go to Superdrug. If you're in the UK or in Europe, you can go to your local drugstore. Try and get vitamin D3 and K2 together, because K2 supports the absorption of vitamin D3, because sometimes it's fat soluble. Vitamin D3 is supposed to be fat soluble, so you're supposed to have it with a meal. So I usually have it with my breakfast, because that's also part of the morning sunshine. So I swallow my sunshine, I walk in the sunshine, and I also bring my sunshine, even if it's winter or not warm, into the house. Okay, so vitamin D3 and K2. Magnesium citrate. Now, magnesium has various magnesium types. There's magnesium folate, there's magnesium citrate, there's magnesium glycinate, there's Floradix of magnesium, which also has iron. There are various magnesium products out there. And with that, you also have various quantities of magnesium in yours. So this one has 444 milligrams of elemental magnesium per serving, which, remember, I said you need a minimum of 420 milligrams as a woman in meno or postmenopause. So you need to know what is the quantity of magnesium that you're taking in your supplement as a woman who is also going through your transition. And so it's very important that you know the amount of magnesium you're taking. 240 vegan capsules, 240. So I even thought it's 180, it's 240. So it's almost a whole year's supply of magnesium. I used to buy 180 like the vitamin, and then I got a bigger bottle of the same brand, and I thought I'll go for that. Why am I focusing on this topic? Like I said, a lot of you, yesterday I posted a picture of me dancing with my boyfriend. I call him my boyfriend, my husband. And somebody says, oh, Julie Seal, please stop. The weight loss is too much. Do I look unhealthy? You can see me live. My hand's still healthy. I look healthier than I did before. My skin's glowing. My hair is glowing. And my nails are growing. I don't know why someone would look at a picture or a video and judge somebody's body. We call it body shaming. And oftentimes it comes from someone thinks they are showing you love and they are showing you care, but they are also, they don't understand that they are body shaming. When you tell somebody they are too fat or they are too thin or they don't look well, unless you're offering a solution, you're body shaming. And I love my body. I love me. I love the journey I've been on. I love the results I have. I look better than I looked in my 30s. I look like I looked in my 20s without the face was slightly younger. But the body, the inside, the outside are matching. When I went to my doctor last year, I was told I was metabolically 67 years old. Not even young, old. Because I usually, when people say, how old are you? I say, you mean how young am I? I am so many years younger, or I am on the 5th floor, or whatever, because I am on the 5th floor. But last year, I was almost hitting the 7th floor metabolically, and I didn't even know it. And a lot of women, especially brown and black women in the Western Hemisphere, are walking that journey and they don't even know it. They don't know that they are accelerating to their exit, and they think, and they're praying, Lord, I pray that I live long and I prosper, but your body inside is already old and aged. And so one day that person drops dead and people say, but we thought she was young. She was not yet even 50, but you were done inside. Your organs were done. Your gut was done. Your body was done. But your outside was telling you, I was born in 1970, whatever. And so I'm still young. Or I was born in 1980, but you're not. Your body has accelerated and grown older because you're not looking after it. And I told you, almost all these things are made in your kitchen. Your body size, your sleep is made in your kitchen. Your shape is made in your kitchen. And I'm not talking about fatty foods, sugary foods, whatever foods. Eating the right foods for you in the right order at the right time, super important. And we've talked about avoiding fruits with your dinner, especially after dinner, especially eating things like watermelon after you've eaten food, and then you let that watermelon sit. I had a healthy dessert. I only had watermelon, and then you're gassy, you're bloated, you can't sleep for hours because your stomach is feeling like you ate a whale. Just a slice of watermelon is all you had. But I even had I even had vegetables. Yeah, you ate the watermelon after. Yeah, it wasn't very helpful. So it's one of those fruits that you shouldn't mix with any other fruit. If you're having watermelon, just have watermelon in the morning, after your breakfast, couple of hours after, have your watermelon, have a handful of nuts as your protein. About 20-30 minutes later, it's watermelon. It's predominantly water. It will flow through your stomach very quickly. It's one of those great fruits to eat. You can even eat it before dinner, but really you shouldn't eat it you shouldn't have fruits in the evening. Really, sugar spikes up the wall. And then you're sleeping like, oh, I can't sleep. Team no sleep. I'm not on that team. So why am I focusing on this? Because I don't want you to go through the same challenges I did. 5 years of torture. I was awake in the night. I was desperate for sleep. I hated myself. I hated it. I was poking my hubby all day long and telling him you're keeping me awake, but it wasn't his fault. My body was ballooning every day. I was also on a low carb, high fat, keto, protein animal, and dairy fat diet, and I'm putting it out there. And I have no challenge against the keto. But if you're in menopause and you're on that diet, then you are not balancing out your carbs, your glucose, your protein, your fat. Your body is saying no. But you're like, but my coach said yes. Well, is your coach a menopause specialist? Ask them that question and ask for their provenance. So today, thank God for Dr. Wendy Smith. I know there's a link between adequate sleep and carbohydrate depletion and sleep deprivation, and a lot of women are on that road of, oh, I don't eat carbs. Over the weekend I was in the company of amazing people, and most of them were like, I don't really like to eat carbs, it's not good for my body. And I was like, give me those carbs, darling, give me those carbs in the evening, I'm good to go. Pile on some peas, pile on some veg, I'm good with carbs. Hey, you're not eating all those carbs. Yes, I am. In the evening, while you're piling your plate high with the chinyama, chomo, barbecue, I pile my plate high with a carb, some veg, lovely cup of green tea, I'm good to go. And then I go to sleep and you're awake all night. Difference, what did you put on your plate? And are you avoiding carbs at the wrong time? Let me tell you something, because you might say, Sylvia, you said you're not a medical practitioner, you're not a doctor, so why are you telling us all these things? The American Academy of Sleep Medicine says the same thing, and here's what it says. I'm gonna read it for you verbatim, okay? A higher food intake with low carbohydrate intake close to the sleeping period is associated with negative aspects of sleep patterns in healthy individuals, especially in women. Do you want me to say that again? A higher food intake with low carbohydrate intake close to the sleeping period is associated with negative aspects of sleep patterns in healthy individuals, especially in women. And if that woman is in perimenopause, in menopause and postmenopause, God help you. You can pray to God and pray to God to help you. I hope God has answered your prayers today. Watching these videos, there are 4 other videos you may have missed last week, the week before, and the week before that. They'll also be on my YouTube channel, Kalungi Group. Please subscribe so I can bring out more videos like this to help you healthy aging. I'm not selling anything, absolutely nothing. I'm doing this to help women, because I went through the grinder, and I want other women not to go through what I've gone through. And I hear these stories over and over again. Everywhere I go, a woman is talking about how inflamed they are, their weight is not going, their sleep pattern is what, they have achy joints, their shoulders are aching, and I'm thinking, you're in perimenopause, unless you're in your, and even if you're in your 30s, you could be. Did you know that? With the depletion of nutrition in the plants we eat, because they are not getting enough nutrients from the soils that they are planted in, you're not getting enough of the nutrition you need in your body for your body to metabolize and keep you going. Bulungi. Oh, sorry, I spoke Luganda, but that's what may be going on with you. And then you get inflammation, which feeds into insulin resistance, which takes you down that slippery slope of syndrome X, or what they call metabolic syndrome. And if you're in menopause, God help you. If the two mix, not nice. So today, when you look at my plate, it will be half, like literally half of it is filled with lovely, fresh vegetables. And I shared with you how I make sure they are nice and clean when I do them, because I clean them thoroughly. I also add some greens like spinach. You can eat spinach raw as well. It's great, like young baby spinach is great in salads. But I love my spinach slightly what is it called? Is it blanched or steamed? Just slightly steamed, not thoroughly cooked till it's dead, just steamed a little bit. And then I could have kale, I could have broccoli, I could, all those nice green leafy fibrous, I love them. Then I add a small protein like some salmon, or I could have mackerels or sardines, I could have turkey, I could have goat, lamb, I could have peas, I could have beans. Now, if you are not a blood type B, if you're not a blood type B like I am, then you could have chicken. You could have, God love you, you could have some pork. They are not for me. So I've had all those things for years now. I don't have to eat them. My body doesn't love them. So I don't give my body wahala. Okay, but if you're a different blood type, you might enjoy chicken and pork and all those things. It's up to you. But my plate is predominantly vegetables, vegetarian on a weekday. On a weekend, I might have some of those meats I've mentioned, plus a small serving of rice or sweet potatoes or yam or carrots or beets. You can have, my plate is colorful. The kind of meal that helps me fall faster sleep, deeply sleep, and release every morning like clockwork. Like, I go like clockwork. I used to shape bricks, excuse my German, and it was bricks. Like, I'd go to the toilet and call to Jesus, help, oh my God, oh, screaming quiet, silent movie, because I couldn't shout there. My kids would be coming and worrying what's wrong with mommy. So I'd be like, oh my God, painful. I don't want that for you. So, the kind of meal I've just described, now, check that out for your blood type, for your genotype. Do these things. Yes, I don't even know. I'm speaking a lot of Luganda today. But put your money where your mouth is. Consult a functional medicine specialist. Consult a functional practicing doctor. A doctor who's happy to look at you holistically, not just one symptom. Because a lot of GPs here in the UK have a challenge. It's a challenge they do have. They're supposed to see you for 10 minutes. So if you go to the doctor and say, my shoulder is aching and it's been aching for years, and then now I can't sleep, and then also I feel constipation, the doctor will say, okay, make another appointment for your constipation and make another appointment for your shoulder. They only have 10 minutes for you. 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, they're supposed to see you, listen to you, diagnose you, give you a solution. Are they going to take if I go to a doctor in Uganda, they can take an hour on me for all I love, and I love that, because they'll listen to the different things that I'm going through. And I'm not saying doctors in Uganda are menopause specialists, but the doctors in the UK, GPs, you're not going for a private medication. Oh my God, you need to become your own health advocate and reach out to people who are practicing functional nutrition and functional medicine, because a lot of nutritionists are not actually practicing nutrition. I'm sorry to say. Now, On this live, there's somebody, I think she's still on. I don't know if she is, but she might be still on. She's called Sylvie Mutesi. That lady might help you in your functional nutrition side. Sylvia Mutesi, she actually will help you. And please don't ask her for free. She needs to pay her bills. Me, I'm doing this for free. Sylvie has to pay her bills. Me, I have a different way I pay my bills, which is digital branding. And if you don't know me, I am the chief chef at Kalungi Group, where we support brands, new brands, startups, middle to small to medium enterprises to build your digital brand so that you can build your business that loves and serves your lifestyle. We help you do your business on social media without spending hours on social media. Like, look at me talking about functional nutrition for healthy aging for women when I am supposed to be a brand specialist, which I am. Why? Because I can do these things and both are working bulungi. Okay, so our brains, which I talked about starches and good starches and carbohydrates, which should be on your plate, especially in the evening. This is because the breakdown of starch from carbohydrates is good for brain healing and restoration overnight. When it's breaking down, those starches, from carbohydrate, they are great for your brain healing and restoration when you're sleeping, not when you're staying up awake. And let me tell you something that you have been told that may be a big lie. No, a lot of researchers have proved it's a lie. A lot of general practitioners will tell you that cholesterol, you have high cholesterol, is terrible for you. But let me tell you, that so-called bad cholesterol, which is LDLs, it's also called LDL cholesterol, is the type of cholesterol that your brain needs to function properly. It's the type of cholesterol that protects your blood vessels from harm, from things seeping into your blood vessels, because it literally seals your blood vessels. But when it's too much in your body and in your blood vessels, then imagine when it's the sealant inside your blood vessel. If it's too much, then your blood vessel will become narrower, and that will cause your heart to work harder to pump blood around in your body. So it is good for you, but everything in excess is not good. So general practitioners will tell you LDL cholesterol bad. We need LDL cholesterol for our brains to function, for your pineal gland to do what it needs to do for you to sleep, for your blood vessels to function properly. So you just need to know what's the right quantity of LDL for me, for my body. How much should I have? Because my body needs some. Okay, so it's demonized for nothing, but I'm not a medical practitioner, you know. So the breakdown of starch from carbohydrates is good for your brain, right? So you need carbohydrates. So all of you going to bed on a plate full of protein and some veg, or you have high fat keto diet, where is the carb that your brain needs to help you sleep? And obviously your body in menopause, metabolism is all over the place, and you're saying, but I'm on the keto diet, my coach is stick thin, why aren't I? Challenges. Our brains rely heavily on continuous supply of glucose, and they are served via the LDL cholesterol. So your brain needs it. So we need carbs for that neural activity, and it's not having those starch in our carbs to allow the brain and body to recover that causes us to be highly inflamed. So all these are contributors to inflammation. And guess what? Those starchy carbs are also needed for your protein to do its job of repairing and healing your muscles. They all work together. So it means that you may be awake more during the night because you're avoiding those carbohydrates. So I hope that if you're struggling with your sleep, that you can focus on your starch and carbs intake for dinner. You can take your shot of extra virgin olive oil every night and every morning. It's brilliant for your blood pressure and for your sleep. You can take your omega-3s either through fatty fish like imputa, semutundu, salmon, I'm talking about Nile perch, fatty fish, mackerel, sardines, very good for your omega-3, depending on how fresh it is. You're taking your magnesium, which is great for calming your nerves, your blood pressure, your muscles. So your body is literally getting ready to sleep. I'll tell you one final tip. Do your breath work. There's a funny man on YouTube. He's called Wim Hof. And Wim Hof is a huge advocate of breath work, natural breathing to help your body recover its functions, push oxygen to the extremities of your body so that you can heal better, heal faster. And he says, it can heal all kinds, breath work. So go find him, Wim Hof, on YouTube. And he also is an advocate for a nice cold shower. I've been telling you this for years, that every morning I have a nice cold thing. My face is dipped in a nice cold bath, cold winter summer. I bathe my face in cold water. And now it's not just my face, it's my whole body. I start with warm, and then I turn off the warm and I go cold. Doesn't matter whether it's 0 degrees outside or it's 29, 30 degrees outside, I'll have a cold shower. What does it do? It helps my joints to do their job. It flushes out. It resets everything. It works. Go do your own research. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you the things I've done to help me reset my body and get my beauty sleep, my beauty body, my health back to normal. As a woman, you will grow in time. That's a given. We all live chronologically, although time is not linear. Don't let nobody lie to you about that, because time just is. We find it here, we leave it here. But aging is a choice. How you age is a choice. What you go through as you age is a choice. You can choose to let things happen until you have a suitcase of tablets you have to swallow every day to just keep your body going, or you can let go and let God guide you into doing the things you can do, like things like this, connecting with Sylvia Mutesi, connecting with people who practice functional nutrition and functional medicine. Seek a doctor who practices that. If you're in the UK, get your blood work done. Then go buy a cheap Amazon blood test kit and understand your blood type, and then go buy that book. See, none of these things, I'm just sharing with you freely. Buy that book. And then I'll leave the link below this video if you're watching on YouTube. And also if you're watching on Facebook, I'll leave the link below the video. Go buy the book, Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And be your own health advocate. Be focused on your great health and growing to see your great-grandchildren and your grandchildren in a healthy body. Don't buy into the narrative of our bodies have to age and have to grow old, and then we end up with when you're old. I've seen a video of a man who is 103 and is riding a horse and is working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. going to the pub with his friends. He does not look 100 years young. Why? Because you could say, still, that's a man. And then you should see his wife. They look like teenagers together. They are eating healthy. They are sleeping. They have community around them. They live in what they call blue zone area. But those blue zone areas, the things they are doing, I've literally been sharing in the last 4 videos. They're the same things that we are told to do as other people. But we prefer to go to the supermarket and buy all the wrong foods and fill our trolleys with the easy to cook things that you throw in the microwave and you throw in the oven and you're done cooking. And then you don't see any veg on your plate. Then you eat fruits after that and you think, I'm eating healthy. No, you're not. I hope that helps you. I'm so grateful to Liverpool Local Solutions for enabling me to share this freely with my community, Black people, brown people, women going through the transition or coming close to that, men who would like to support the women in their lives with in a way that's sensitive without necessarily judging them and thinking that they're just being lazy, they just don't want to do work around the home or around the community. I hope this video helps you. If you don't know me, again, I've been Julie Sylvia Kalungi, your Power Echo Show. You find this podcast on Podbean, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, and on our website. Feel free to follow. Kalungi Group is the handle. And I hope I've blessed you. Rise and shine to your awesome destiny. You know it's out there waiting for you. You deserve to live long and prosper. And I wish all that for you and for all of us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing.